Hello everyone, this is Jen Hand Grenade. Welcome to my war room in Prince George, British Columbia. And a happy Canada Day everyone. It's July 1st, that's Canada's birthday. Today's our 151st birthday. I know a lot of you live in countries that are a lot older than us, but we don't mind that, we don't care. We don't mind being the young kid on the block. Anyway, just have a quick video here, show you what I'm up to this weekend and stuff. Normally on July long weekend, I head out to my cabin. I have a cabin out at the lake, and you know, we go boating and everything. There's usually fireworks out there, but just a terrible weekend here in northern British Columbia. Like the weather is cold and rainy and windy, and it's just awful out there. So I thought I'd stay home. I had an opportunity to play some Global War. So it's early in the morning here, but later on my friend will be coming back. There's just two of us playing today. I'm teaching him how to play the game, so that's cool because I don't know anybody in Prince George that knows how to play this game. And so he's playing the Axis and I'm playing the Allies and the Comintern, which is kind of a drag. Like this game is certainly better if you have a separate player to play the Comintern. It adds to the dynamic of the game, you know, like historically in World War II, the Russians were tentative allies of the Western Allies. They like there was a Cold War that started at the end of World War II, and there was a reason for that. Like they didn't trust each other, and they didn't really have a lot in common with the Russian people. I'm talking about the Western Allies here. But anyway, so I'm playing both of them, but that's okay. At least I'm teaching them how to play. We only got through 2 turns last night, and I'll show you here. So we're just going into the 3rd turn. We're going into July of 1937. It's slow going because he's played Axis and Allies a number of times, but this is the first time he's played Global War. And so it's gonna take some time. I've probably taught him about half the rules maybe, but there wasn't much need to teach them all at once because there's so many rules to this game, right? So I was concentrating on the political aspect and what he needed to do, say as the Germans on their first turn and the Japanese on their first turn, like just taking it as it goes, right? Rather than just throw it all at them. Like we haven't talked about convoys or anything yet because nobody's at war yet, right? Or at least the major powers aren't at war yet. And so there's not going to be any convoying yet. So like just try to get the political stuff down, and that other stuff will come later. Like there's 2 minor conflicts going on right now. We are playing with the Spanish Civil War set here, right? And he's kicking my butt here in the Spanish Civil War. He's the yellow guys there. He just had a perfect turn on his first turn. All the rolls he got, you know, like his recruitment roll and with the Spanish Civil War expansion set, he sent a number of things down from Germany, like a plane and a Condor Legion dude, and plus Lend-Lease. And I think he Lend-Leased something from the Italians as well, and then the rolls went his way, and then the second turn he was able to take Madrid out. It was a tough fight, he barely got it, but I mean, the Republicans hardly have anything left. The Russians didn't even bother putting anything in there on the second turn. So we're playing with the Spanish Civil War, we're playing with Turkey at war. And over here, this is right here. So he has, like you need 4 points, he's got 2 points, and the Allies got 1 point, and the Russians, the Comintern, they have no points. And this is the money that's accumulated so far for the Turks. Plus they get, just as a matter of fact, they continue to get units. Here, let me just show you the Turkey card here. So like you've got a Turkey card just like all the other cards in the game, right? And on the setup, you continue to get more and more stuff. Like this turn he won't get anything, but next turn he's going to get 2 more infantry. And then, you know, like when it gets to 1940, he's going to get a bunch of stuff, right? Or whoever. I mean, I don't know when I say he, I mean Turkey, so we don't know who's going to get all that stuff, but somebody's going to have a nice bonus. And then just this past turn here, I think he kind of jumped the gun a bit, but he wanted to get into fighting. He attacked China, which bumped up some of the income for the Allies, and I was pretty happy about that because $6, there's not much you could do for the Americans with $6, right? So anyway, that's the war started here. He failed to take this one here, but he did manage to take this one. So anyway, but he's just learning, right? And I'm still learning. So this is what the income looks like. These are the Allies and the Comintern over here. And as you see, the build charts. Not much is happening though, because only 2 turns in, and really all you're doing is building. Mostly what you're doing is fighting the Civil War in Spain there, and repositioning your units. Like you see, I got 2 British navies now instead of navies all over the world. Actually, there's one down there too. But just consolidating things, getting things done. Abyssinia, that was taken out by the Italians as they're supposed to do on the first turn. But nothing has happened at all in Europe except for Germany annexing Austria and then Sudetenland, and then next he will be doing Slovenia, and then after that, Slovakia, sorry. And then after that, he's going to be looking at going either towards Poland or France before he can go after Hungary, Romania, and Bulgaria and annex those ones as well. You can't do those ones until you've attacked France. And you see the incomes over here. The Italians, the Germans, and the Japanese, they have more money to begin the game with than the Allies and the Comintern do. So they're doing pretty well right now. And one of my house rules is everybody gets a weapon to begin the game. So France has got advanced artillery. Japan's got advanced mechanized. The Americans, the Italians, and the Germans have heavy bombers. The Russians have advanced submarines, good for them. The British have anti-submarine warfare, advanced anti-submarine warfare. So the weapons aren't anything game-breaking so far, like nothing major happened there. So anyway, that's what we're up to this weekend. Weather sucks, so I expect this game might take us all summer because he's working this weekend too, so we're not going to get together until we're only going to be able to play a few hours later today. And then I think we're going to play all day tomorrow. But I don't expect we'll get, like past 1942 or whatever this weekend. And then we both have busy lives and stuff too, so, and then I'm hoping to be at the lake most weekends, right? So it doesn't matter. I got a room here and the game just stays set up, and when he's ready to play some and I'm ready to play some, then we'll come in and play a couple hours worth, and unless somebody else comes to town and wants to play a game, then we'll reset it, and he'll come over and we'll play a game like if Rank Carcass comes back from Edmonton, or any one of you want to come up here and play. Don't do it on a nice weekend. I'll be at the lake. There is one more thing I want to show you here. Let me just grab my computer. Okay, let's set this down. Okay, so you might have noticed, if you're a big Global War fan, that on HBG's site, I think on Friday, they came out with a new set here, expansion set, and it looks really cool. It's called Commanders. So this is what your commander looks like, right? And they come in all the colors. There we go. So it looks pretty cool anyway. Like I was reading through the rules, as I like to do, because I'm going to be making a video on it, and obviously I'm going to get this set. But one thing I noticed, like as I'm reading through the rules here, and I want to show you something, like you go through and it's got all the rules and everything, and then when it goes to tell you what they actually do, it says they're talking about commanders, and it says, thus he could not direct any aircraft to one zone and participate in and then it ends. It doesn't actually tell you what the commanders do, right? But anyway, so I contacted Doug, and unfortunately he's going on holidays. And his computer is in the shop. He figured that'd be a good time to have his computer fixed up and everything. So anyway, he sent me this email, and this is what happens. So it said he could not direct aircraft to one zone and then participate in an attack on another zone in the same turn. And then for land units, commander adds +1 attack and defense to all land and air units that are in the same land zone with him. Air units. A commander may add +1 to each dice of all aircraft that leave the land zone during command or combat movement. This includes combat movement, interception, and each die roll in strategic bombing. So, like if you're starting your air unit where a commander is, then those planes will get the +1, regardless of whether it's regular combat or or interception or strategic bombing. And then naval units. So a commander on a naval unit, which is a surface warship or a submarine, adds +1 to the die roll of all surface ships, submarines, and aircraft in his zone, including all rating die rolls, or +1 to the die of all aircraft that leave its sea zone. Commanders do not modify shore bombardment. So basically, commanders are going to, if you have a commander, is going to add +1 to everything except for shore bombardment in the game. So that's kind of cool. And then, like, I'm not going to go through the whole thing. I'll go through the whole thing when I get this set. But basically, I think you start the game with a certain amount of commanders, and then here, let me just get rid of that. You start the game like here, the 36 setup, and there's a 39 setup. You start the game with those commanders, and then every turn you get them somehow. I don't remember, but we'll go through that at the time. Anyway, it looks really cool, that set. So if you're planning on getting that set, there's a lot of them in stock right now, and it looks like a good one. It looks pretty affordable too. So I would just order the set, but don't print off the rules yet, because he's going on holidays. He didn't say if he was going for a week or two or whatever he was doing, but when he gets back and he gets his computer back, then he will fix up the document that he's got on his site there, and that's when you can download the rules. If you need to remind yourself, like if you get it before then you can just come back to this video and see what it does to remind yourself. Most of it's in there. The only thing that isn't in there is what I just told you there. So like I said, you can come back and take a look at that. So anyway, I hope you all have a good weekend. I know some people are having better weather than us. I spoke briefly to Grasshopper last night, and it's hotter than hell in Toronto right now. I wish we had that. I know they're probably sweating and everything, but I don't mind sweating when I'm at the lake, because the lakes up north are pretty cold, so you jump in and you're refreshed right away. Hopefully we'll get some of that weather next weekend and in the coming weeks, because summer doesn't last very long up here. So anyway, that's it. Take care, everyone. Have a good weekend. General Hand Grenade out.